I see the counter going. What's going on, everybody? It's Matt, aka Thanatos. I haven't said that in a really long time, and I'm here with my good friend Carlos. Los. I still don't know. I still sound super dumb saying it, but welcome and thank you so much.
That's perfect.
So I've actually titled this "Life, Comics, and Whiskey," and the last time I titled a video that was my 3-hour escapade. Not with the intention that that's what's happening tonight, because you need sleep, and I only have I have plenty of whiskey. I could definitely make it for 3 hours. But I didn't know what else to title this, and I feel like I really enjoyed that Life, Comics, and Whiskey. I mean, like that seems to be pretty accurate for what my channel is. And then, of course, I threw in the title the fact that I got an AOK from you. Sat outside the door for a lot longer than I would have liked, but luckily nobody took it. But yeah, man. So I figured I'd come do this live. We drink some whiskey. We talk a little bit. Alec, you are more than welcome to join this. By the way, I see you. It was like I messaged you how long ago?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. We're doing this like on the fly. So if you want an invite, I'm not going to put in the chat. That's dangerous. But Alec, obviously for you, I would gladly shoot you an invite if you want. I really like it.
Okay, hopefully nobody's like thinking this is not a TJ, grandioso. Okay, AOK. This is just something that I essentially made at work. I work in like I guess my title is like a laser R&D technician. So I basically work with lasers. I do like R&D testing on them, and every once in a while, I get to like actually fire and cut metal and do all types of crazy shit. So it's pretty cool. And I had an opportunity to do this, and I was like, you know what? It's not anything crazy, but I think it'd be pretty cool. Everybody likes to send like comics and stuff like that or whatever, and I'm like, hey, let's try something a little different.
Well, that sounds awfully interesting. You work with lasers. But I'm going to be really disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to kick you if there's not like a 9.8 Holy Grail in there. So
I'm out. Thanks, everybody.
No, man, I'm stoked, and it's just going to be more stuff to put up. I'm really liking your background, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah,
I missed a lot of these comics that you got.
I got like this nice pile of crap that's built up behind me.
Are those frames like? Are they 3 pieces that are together? Each frame has 3 holes for 3 different comics.
Yeah, it's one frame with 3 cutouts.
That's awesome. Who makes those?
Holy crap. I'm not sure the company. I know I bought them. Wow.
Perfect opportunity for a plug right here.
Yeah, I know. And it's been like, I don't know. I think I had these things for like going on 8 years now. It's been a while. Like I bought them when they first came on the market and stuff like that. And so I bought 2 of them because I thought it'd be pretty cool. Like I had the way I had it set up before is I had my ASM 298, 299, and 300. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to have those. And then I had like some X-Men books on the bottom, but I was like, let me pick them up and throw these guys in there.
That's super cool, man. Especially having the Green Lantern in there. It's a much higher grade than mine.
Yeah, I had to. It's the little kind of trifecta. They were all signed by Neil Adams.
Oh yeah.
And the only one I need or I'm kind of looking for is just a Batman 251. That the prices just keep going up on it.
Yeah, I feel like that one's definitely going to go down as like, because I mean the Batman behind you, like yes, I mean it's an homage cover, versus like 251 was just like his creative talent.
Yeah, that iconic the Joker playing card with Batman on it. It's like that cover is just and it's been I feel like it's been undervalued for so long, and now it's starting to catch up to the market, and people are just like overpaying like crazy now. They're just like, well, whatever. So it's nuts.
Carlito, my bad. It's only 9 o'clock here, and if you are coming from Hawaii, it's like super early. So that's your fault.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock here.
Oh no, the Slab Dragon saw you talk about comic books that you want.
Oh fuck yeah, I know. every time I'm just like, yeah, it's like
you got three horny emojis, not just one. You got 3 of them.
You got 3 of them.
We were just joking. We're okay. So before all this started, TJ sent me a message saying, what was it? Something about my cool screensaver. And I still don't know what he was talking about. All he sent me was one horny emoji, and that's all I got. So checking my balcony over there.
Yeah, he's like, whoa. He's like, where is it?
So we were just talking about Halloween and how potentially one of the best Halloweens of all time got wrecked by COVID. Thank you. 2020, you're the worst.
Yeah.
Also, Sean Connery is dead.
Yeah, that popped up on my feed. I just got a little alert, and I was like, what? It's like, all right, well, that's 2020 taking. I mean, it not COVID related or anything like that, but it's just another one, another just icon that got taken in 2020. It's like, son of a bitch, man.
Carlito, I am drinking. I just picked this up yesterday. It actually just released on Friday. It is Axe in the Oak's 7-year cask limited release. So I normally drink my whiskey neat, but I tried that the other night and I nearly died. I was not ready for. It's 110.3 proof at 55.15% alcohol.
Yeah.
And bro, I almost had to like spit it out. I don't remember it like that burn that bad ever. But apparently the limited release, there's only 250 total bottles. So,
wow.
But yeah, so I got 2 bottles. They're intense. I'm drinking them with ice because I'm not even afraid to say that it's strong. Axe in the Oak, you were doing things right.
Yeah, that sounds. I was like, holy shit.
I'm behind you. Tuck your shirt tag in, Matt. Stop it, TJ.
Son of a bitch.
That's what screensaver? I have. Okay, so my screensavers went from like anime, or not from anime, from like comic book stuff, and now they're like anime waifus. So it's pretty embarrassing, actually. But what do I have? I need a knife. Check. Got your fancy box. Check. We just bust this out so we can just drink after?
Go for it. Like I said, the box might be the best thing about this, maybe.
Carlito, Axe in the Oak is a local distillery down in Colorado Springs. They are my favorite local bourbon. Yeah, apparently I haven't used a knife in a while because I am. Look at it. What
am I doing?
What am I doing? I don't get as many boxes as I used to. Thank God. All right. So pull this out in one big go?
Yeah, it should be one.
I like how you bagged and boarded this board. Are you trying to make me cry right here? You can't do this.
You don't have to read it out loud if you don't want to. It's fine.
It's going up here with some letters from TJ and the picture of Reggie.
Picture of Reggie.
Get the fuck out. Get out.
Yeah.
I see cool stuff. Lasers. Ah! Bro, what? That is so cool. Oh man.
Glad you
getting my
like
fingerprints on it. I feel bad.
Yeah, no, it's metal, so I mean it's gonna get prints on it, but
dude, this
I
so cool.
I thought about like kind of like spray painting it or painting it like green or something like that, and then I was just like I talked to my brother, and he's a big Green Lantern fan too, and he was like, nah, just keep it as is. He's like, pretty cool.
This is awesome. I feel like I could like kill someone with it, like go for katana and just like dude, this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it wasn't a comic or anything like that. So I was like, I wanted to do something a little different, and I thought it was pretty cool. I saw it, and it's one of those things where the way like my thing works, it's almost like a CNC machine, but with a laser instead of like just like the cutting.
What is a CNC machine?
Yeah. So the CNC machine is like another. You can type in like a different patterns that you can cut out and stuff like that. So different machinery that you can cut, and you can cut wood or you can cut metal or stuff like that. Aluminum usually with it, and so instead I have basically just a giant machine with a laser inside of it, and you create whatever program you want or any image and cut it out of any type of metal.
And what would you normally be cutting out?
So normally what I do anyway is basically just testing. So anytime there's a head, because we have like these, you have a laser, but then it needs to fire out of something, which is called a cutting head. And I actually have to test all these heads before they go out the door. So I actually get to fire, cut stuff, and do all types of crazy shit, make sure they're actually working before they go to a customer. And so we have a few heads that are our own heads that we can kind of just like mess around with stuff. And sometimes like engineering will kind of come over and ask for like a part that needs to be cut or something, and they'll give us a design and we'll cut it for them. So I found that design online and kind of put it into the program and cut it out of metal.
Were you expecting it to be this big?
Yeah, that was the intent. We usually have like 12 by 12 sheets of metal and cut it out of that. I mean, I could have made it bigger. It could have easily been a fucking 2 foot by 2 foot. But I was like, if it could fit in a 12 by 12, sheet, it's fine.
So like for Christmas, I'm gonna hang this outside my door instead of a wreath.
Nice.
I'll like wrap it with some glowing lights. Plug it in.
Awesome.
This is too cool, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. Like I said, it's one of those things where we've pretty much known each other for 2 years now, and
it's been a while.
You were one of the first YouTubers to actually like communicate, reach out, and kind of like talk back and stuff like that. So it's like you, Reggie, Kavi from Comics NYC. You guys were like some of the first people to actually reach out, kind of like when I wrote something, kind of like wrote back and was like, oh shit, like people actually wrote back to me and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty cool. And since then, we've had our conversations offline on IG and stuff like that. And I like I said, even that I put on the note and stuff like that is like, even though we haven't really met face to face, but I feel like we became pretty good friends and stuff, and we've talked about life stuff outside of like comics and stuff like that. So and that kind of just the comics was the thing that brought you together, but there's other things involved. You kind of like, hey, you're a father, and there was other things that kind of like drew us in and stuff. So
yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I made them like, I need to send something out. Like, I want to send out more things and stuff. And this is one of them was like, you know what? I think this would be pretty damn cool. I think I could cut this out and send it out and be pretty cool.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. And I honestly, I don't think I've watched, like, other than your 2-year anniversary. That was the last time I was probably on YouTube where I wasn't watching something stupid about like World of Warcraft or something.
Well, I think you were on TJ, right? His 2000.
Yeah, that was a while ago though.
Yeah,
I feel like that was already a while ago. But like I haven't honestly. So I mean, I used to. I don't even remember my process. I used to spend hours just browsing people's videos, like when all these new kids who are now old kids, Alec, John, all these other guys, back when Alex the Comic Hoarder and all them, like when they were still producing a lot of content. I mean, I know these guys are still producing content, but I would sit for hours and just like open tab after tab, and just like you have like the recommended videos on the side, and I would just like, I don't know this person, I don't know this person, and I would just click through them, and then I would blast through each tab. Sometimes I would put the speed at like like 1.25 or something, so it'd go faster. I would skim, but I would watch so many videos daily, and I don't even know like where I found that time, man. But I enjoyed, and it was always really fun. I specifically remember one live show that I jumped into, and I cannot remember the guy's name, but I mean there were like 3 people watching his live show, and I remember like typing like, "Dude, this is awesome." He like had just pulled out some super cool comic, and he was so excited, and I'm like, I'm not like I'm a celebrity or anything. Like this is so stupid, but I mean, I loved that feeling of like. And because I feel like I never really had anybody who, when I first started, responded to comments and stuff. And so I kind of wanted to give that a shot, like if someone, comments on my page, I'm going to respond. Or if I'm watching someone's video and they took the time to make that content, I'm going to write a comment. Even if it was something as simple as like, "Great job, man. Keep it up." So small, but that to me was like the best thing about it.
It is. It's one of those things, and I like to do that too. If I see somebody online or something like that, and even if I'm at work, it's kind of slow or whatever, I'll jump in the chat. "Hey, what's up? What's going on?" I mean, if it's 2 people, 3 people, whatever, I don't give a shit. It's like, hey, keep it up. Keep making videos. Who cares? Like, it's what it's about, right? If you're not showing your comics off to this community, you're basically showing them off to yourself, because I don't have, there's nobody in my inner circle that actually collects comics and stuff like that. So when I'm like, I get excited when I get a key issue or a book that I've been chasing for a while. My wife is like, "All right." He's like, "How much does that cost?" I'm like, "That's not the point. You don't get it." Like, you know what I mean? And so like people don't understand that aspect of it. So when people put out videos and who cares if you have 1,000, 10,000, whatever? Who cares? Just make a video, put it out there. People are in this community are very accepting, and people are generally happy when you achieve these accomplishments that we get in this, because we're the only ones that kind of get it. So
I remember when you posted your first video, because I saw you in the chats, and then I think I don't remember how did I tell you like you should make a video? You did something.
It was I think it was so, because I used to like jump into like a bunch of chats, and I used to watch a bunch of videos, but I never really commented. I was that Perry lurker.
Yeah.
And then when Reggie kind of had like that I don't even know what it was. It was like his 300 subscriber contest. It was something crazy, like
back in the day.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it was like, and it was that, what got you started collecting or something like that. And I made that first video, and in that video, Kavi Comics NYC, you know, commented and was like, hey, this is awesome. Like, you know, congrats on your first video. Keep it up. You commented on it. You know, obviously Reggie, and I was like, oh shit. Like I actually had comments on it. And you know, it was one of those things where like I look back on it and it was one, I was like nervous as all hell in the beginning. And then of course my wife's like, yeah, you were really nervous. And then when it started kicking in, you just started talking about comics. You could see that you kind of just like, it was just natural, and you were like, all right, just keep talking. And it's like, all right, now stop, because you're 50 minutes in, you need to shut the hell up. Like, you just keep on talking. But yeah, and after that, it was just like, all right, whenever I have some time where I can jump in, you know, I make some videos and stuff, and I try to support the community whenever I can. You know, new people that come on, I'll subscribe to them. I don't give a shit. I'll try to subscribe to everybody. Try to watch as many videos as I can, try to comment as much as I can. You know, obviously time gets a little tight sometimes, but whenever I get a chance to, like, I'll jump on and stuff like that. But, you know, it's one of those things, you know, it's not about, you know, being monetized and stuff like that. If that's what you want to do, go for it. You know, hey, I'm all in. I'm support you no matter what. But if you just want to be on here and just like, hey, I just want to sell some comic books, I just want to talk comic books with people that talk comic books as well, hey, you know what I mean? And that's another good thing too. So, and I think that's the good thing about this community is that no matter what, no matter where you're at in your collecting, you can kind of jump into this and they'll accept you, right? If you're that guy who collects Golden Age and has all these giant keys and all this stuff, that's cool. If you're somebody who just got into it, doesn't know anything about it, you're accepted as well. And you don't get that in a lot of other places, right? You know, you kind of, if you're the new person, just like, it's like, you don't really know shit, whatever. And it's like,
yeah,
but it's like, we all started there, right? I mean, we all started not knowing shit, right? And you pick up that first book and you're like, holy shit, I want to read more. And so, you know, and like I said, this community, I think, is really good at doing that, is accepting people for whatever. And like I said, no matter how you collect, if you like to collect, all your books want to be 1.5s, and I don't give a shit. I just want them to be all low grade, but I have them all.
That's it, man.
Go for it. You want to be all 9.8s, go for it. I mean, I can't because I can't afford that shit. But if you can, go for it. You know what I mean? Hey, like there's no wrong way, right? You know, and that's the good thing about this. So.
Yeah, I remember. So I think back in like that early 2018 time frame, it was definitely easier to watch more videos because there were only, I mean, I probably had the notification bell on for a certain number of people, but I made sure I watched all their videos.
Yeah.
And then the community definitely exploded when everybody's like, join in, jump in. And then it just like the number of people that were creating content just exploded. And it became super hard to really keep track of all that. And then I feel like that's kind of when people were like, oh, why are you going live right now? Because these people are going live right now. And that kind of was frustrating. But I really enjoyed at that time when people started making Reggie. I know Reggie, when he first started picking it up, I was talking to him and we made a list of like he sent me a message asking me about comic book lingo. And so he has a YouTube channel, like a series where he talks about comic book lingo. And I remember like getting an email from him with all these different words and stuff. And I'm like, yes, and I would help him like define all these things and how they relate to the comic book world. And then he made this amazing series. So before, there really wasn't too much content that helped new collectors. And then guys like Reggie, in my opinion, made the best like how-tos for like how to CGC stuff, so it made comic collecting a lot, like how to grade stuff, how to go hunting for things, and people just started, you know, showing off all their tricks and tips, which I'm sure also pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah, and it's and I'm pretty sure it did, but it's one of those things too. It's like, you know what, you know, if you can't be mad at somebody else for doing something, right? Like it's petty, and we all want to better our collections, right? That's at the end of the day, we're all trying to better our collections, and if you know some, tips or tricks or anything like that to kind of, help somebody out, why not? You know what I mean? Like, who cares? It's like,
Yeah.
I know people, and the whole, I know Reggie had, he did one about like jealousy or something like that, where when people are like, oh, I'm jealous of that book. And it's like, is there really like jealous? Like, should you be jealous, or just be like, hey, you know what? Congrats, man. Like, who knows? Like, all right, maybe it was passed down from a relative or something like that, or maybe you just busted your ass and saved money and got it. Maybe you just got lucky and got it. So whatever, you know what I mean? But to be jealous of somebody for having something, like, like, I'm not gonna be jealous. Like, I don't know how you acquired it, unless you say it. But even at that, I'm like, good for you. Like, congrats. Like, if that's a book that you wanted, you were looking for, good for you. Like,
it took me a little bit actually to kind of come to terms with. I would never be like, oh man, I'm jealous of that book, but I would get the itch. Like,
that gets you.
is the worst, because you'll see a comic book in a grade and like with a signature in the perfect spot, and you're like, as soon as that shows up on eBay, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
And you can't even like stop yourself.
No.
That's how I ended up with that 5.0 Showcase 22. I remember messaging TJ. I'm like, look, I literally just bought a 4.0 and I'm happy with it, but like, yo, this is a 5.0 with like the perfect pages I want, the perfect color. I have to do it. And he was like, yes.
Yeah.
What a jerk. You're a terrible influence, but yes.
Oh, no. Really? You asked TJ for advice on getting a book?
Yeah.
He's just going to be like, yes, get it. There's going to be like, no, maybe think about it. No, get it.
So TJ actually just said, Matt got a lot of hate when I sent him the big AOK 2 years ago. And that honestly was the first time I had experienced hate in the community. Because I mean, if you look in my YouTube about me and stuff, you have my email address, my Instagram, and people were sending me emails and stuff saying that I was like taking advantage of an old man. No offense, TJ, you're old, but you're not like Dumbledore old.
And it's,
but I remember like that really affected me. So that's why from that moment, I know TJ sent me like 2 more AOKs after that, and I randomly get stuff from TJ. And I almost get like anxiety, like little panic attacks, because I'm like, if I make this a live video, what is someone going to say now? And so there was a little bit of stress with that, but like I had to just push past it, because TJ is amazing. He's like one of the best people in the community.
Yeah.
And I want to show that he's like this amazing guy. I'm not going to just like, TJ, can I just go? I mean, I've almost been like, TJ, if you send me another box, I'm going to have to just like video chat with you directly, because I can't take like, I have tough skin. But this is one other reason. Like, I would not do well with like Instagram fame or YouTube fame, because I would read every comment and just like let it hit me in the chest. And I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I know, and it's like I said, it's one of those things where again, when people don't understand the whole like AOK thing, because it kind of started a few years ago, right? It wasn't a really known thing.
Yeah,
and it really got highlighted when TJ was sending these big AOKs, and people were like, oh, what, an act of kindness? Like, what the hell is that? It's like, yeah, somebody was just like, hey, I want to send you some stuff. And people don't get it. And when he sent those, like, right, he sent it to you, he sent it to Reggie, he sent them to JD, to John, and some of the books that were getting pulled out, he sent it to Alec. And when you see some of the books, and it was like, holy shit. But like, you can see the unboxings, right? You can see it wasn't like a selfish like giddy, like, oh, look what I got. It was just like, why the fuck did you send this to me? And like JD, like, he was opening his box, and him and TJ share this connection with their like their horror and Frank Frazetta and all these like, crazy covers. And when he was unboxing those books, right, and he, Strange Tales, and he's put on, he was about to cry. Like, it looked like JD was about to cry because he just got so emotional over the books that he sent. And he's like, why are you sending me all these books? Like, that's ridiculous. And it wasn't like he was taking advantage or anything like that. It was just out of the kindness of TJ's heart that he just wanted to send it because he had a genuine connection with somebody.
Yeah.
And, that's the thing that people don't get. They're like, oh, they must have reached out and were like, oh, send me this and send me that. And it's like, no, you don't. Like, TJ just comes for you. You know what I mean? And it was one of the things when I sent TJ something, it took me, I don't know, 3 months to convince him to actually send him something because I've seen him send so many things to people. And I'm like, you know what? I want to send him something, for a change.
When I give people his address.
and that was the thing I did not do, right? I specifically went straight to him and I was like, hey, I want to send you something. If it's cool with you and stuff like that, I didn't get your address from anybody. It's like, if you're going to give me your address, it's going to be from you, right? I'm not going to go behind your back. And it's like, no, it's going to be from you. And it took a while, but he finally let me send him a book. And I was just glad that it was one that he didn't have because he has so many damn books. And I'm like, I hope he doesn't have this one.
Yeah, TJ keeps messaging. He keeps randomly being like, your home, what is it? Like a housewarming gift is almost ready. And I'm like, bro, for the past 3 years, you've seen me in a new apartment every single year. Like, you can't do that. Oh, yeah. Funny. No one puts the dragon in the corner. Jeff Comic 813 is 100% accurate.
Mm-hmm.
One of the great guys.
He is. And like I said, and honestly, my first ever AOK from somebody was from TJ. So it made it that much more special that when the first time I got something, it was from him. And of course, it's like, oh yeah, I was talking about this guy right here, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not really a big Thor guy, but I do think like his Journey into Mystery run was better than like his actual like self-titled Thor run. And then of course, what do I get? And it's like, oh, first appearance of this guy. First, I'm like, yeah, thanks. Son of a bitch, like, come on, like, you can't be sending me these first appearances from the 60s. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm very familiar with that.
Yeah, I was just like, son of a bitch. It's like, why are you talking? Stop talking about books that you want or books that you're chasing. Like, stop.
You got to be careful because sometimes he won't announce himself in the chats, and you'll be talking, and then suddenly he'll show up with his little horny emoji, and you're like, shit. Have I watched that Carlos AOK yet? Probably. I don't think so. I don't think I did.
That was it was actually a triple AOK. It was my first, so it was on my channel, but it was me, John, and Bear Island. And he sent us all something, and so we kind of all did a triple AOK from TJ. So that was pretty crazy. What John got was absolutely insane. Like it was just like, all right.
Can I get some spoilers up in the house?
I was like, that was fucking awesome. It involved drinking.
Oh, well, that's always important.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty fucking awesome. And then, Bear, I think he almost cried. So that was good. And then of course we made him wait until the end. So that was even better. But yeah, that was awesome. That was a good time. All right. Yeah, it's nuts. And like I said, this community has been, the last 2 years have been absolutely insane. The fact that, when I went to C2E2 in February, which was essentially the last convention that we had, I met, you know, a shit ton of people from the YouTube community, and it's one of those things where even though you never seen these people in person, when you do, it was like a high school reunion, right? There was like no awkwardness, no nothing. Everybody's just like, oh shit, like they know you and they just shooting the shit and let's have some beers and let's drink. And it was like, this is fucking amazing. Like this is, and it was so awesome. And you know, the thing that sucked is that it, obviously, you know, whole COVID thing kind of derailed everything. But hopefully when it gets back to that, you know, we can kind of get back to that and everybody can kind of meet up and have like these, you know, super, you know, events. Everybody could kind of go to like these grand cons and stuff like that, and just kind of meet up. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, this community is awesome. Like I met so many people. You know, I talk offline to a bunch of people and stuff like that. I just got another AOK from somebody that I just happened to be in the chat, and he just showed a book, and I'm like, oh shit. And he's like, he wanted to sell it. And I'm like, hey, how much you want for it? You know, I'm like, you know, what's the condition? How much you want? And he's like, oh yeah, let me look it up. And he's like, oh yeah, it says that it's an AOK going to you. I'm like, dude, I wanted to pay for it. Like I it's like, so, you know, and then that's like, again, that's the way this community is. It's like, I got a book. It's not like it's extremely expensive or anything like that, or sometimes it is. And just like, you can have it. Here you go. And it's like, okay, like it's one of those things where you want to turn it down, but you don't, because it's like it's you're kind of like an insult if you do. But you just like you don't have to, right? That's the thing. And everybody's always like, you really didn't have to. You really didn't have to. You know, when you see Alec get, you know, these AOKs, and you know, Alec doesn't smile, but you can almost see it. Yeah, and you can see the
little hint of a smile.
You can see the giddiness. It's like he's about to burst, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And it's just like
eyes get all big.
Yeah, it's like, but, and again, that's that thing. It's like it's humbling, right? You're like, holy shit, like, wow, somebody actually sent me something just because, like, they know I'm looking for it and they have it and they're like, here, you can have it. It's like, it's amazing, right? Like it's a great feeling, and seeing the person on the other side actually give it is even more, because they're excited as all hell, right? You know, Kavi, Comic Books NYC has given out fucking ridiculous AOKs, and he's given away what he calls a revenge AOK. So basically, if somebody sent him something, he'll send them something even better. I was like, what the hell are you doing, man? So, but yeah, he's you know, he's another one that's just, you know, amazing, you know, member of the community and stuff like that. But yeah, just it's awesome, man.
That's fantastic.
Oh shit, you seen TJ's last message, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh crap.
3 whole horny emojis, TJ. I'm just gonna keep saying that until you stop using them. Sorry, the AOK were around in 2015. Simplified Comic Guide did tons of AOK and giveaway years ago. Yeah, I feel like Simplified Comic Guy. I feel like by the time I really started getting into YouTube stuff, I don't remember ever really like following him.
Yeah. I mean, there was like, honestly, there was a lot of people that were in the community, but again, I felt like it didn't blow up for a while, right? There was a lot of people on here that have been on here for years. You know, there's plenty of people putting out comic book, you know, content, but it just wasn't as big as it is now. Yeah. And I think that's, you know, he doesn't get the notoriety, right? I mean, it's, you know, he's been, you know, Comic Guy's been around for a while, right? But he doesn't get that notoriety because when he was doing it, it was such a small group. And then when it blew up, you know, it was just like, okay, not to say he fell by the wayside, but it was just like, there was just so much now, and just like, it just blew up. But yeah, no, he definitely was, you know, one of the OGs for giving out AOKs and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna I'm not taking away anything from, you know, anybody, because again, this community is crazy. You know what I mean? Like the amount of stuff, and like I said, you know, the crazy thing when TJ, when Reggie actually popped up on my, you know, live stream, which was absolutely, you know, ridiculous. But even he's on there and he's like, you know, we're telling the stories about people giving away AOKs, and he's like, I need to be with you guys. Like, what the hell? Like, you guys are giving away some crazy ass books. And again, it's one of those things where this community is just that giving, right? You know, people are just like, oh, here's this, here's that, you know, it's just like giving away crazy ass books. And you're like, holy shit. And, you know, people are thinking about the next AOK, like, what can I give this person? What can I give this person? What, you know, so it's pretty nuts. And like I said, it's people like the, you know, they're happy giving something to somebody and you know, filling a gap in their run or something like that. And it doesn't have to be a large book. But if you're like, hey, I'm missing 3 books to complete this run, and they're just filler books, and somebody has them, there you go. You know what I mean? I got them, and now your run is complete. And you're like, holy shit, thanks. Like, you know,
yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
I watched the 9.2 crew, those guys, a lot back when I first started, and they would do a lot of random acts of kindness.
Yeah.
But I guess at the time, like, it was so out of the realm for me, like, never would have expected that would ever even happen to me, or that I would be giving out random like acts of kindness, like that. It was just kind of like, oh, just another unboxing. But like when you look at it from the perspective now, like, it means so much more than just like a random box of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so it's yeah, I think it's crazy to think that the community has been going strong for years now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I you know, I don't know when the hell I actually was on YouTube and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been like 10 years or whatever the hell. But I never actually made content for that long, and you know, I never commented on anything. I watched a bunch of videos, I liked videos, but I never actually commented on them because I felt like, oh, they're not gonna write back to me or whatever. I'm like, you know, I'll give them a like and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna write to them. And you know, and I finally was like, you know what, this video is pretty cool, I'm gonna, you know, comment. And then all of a sudden they wrote back and like, oh shit, hey, look at this, you know. And but it was pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's one of those things where it's gotten so big, right? And the AOKs are, you can see how tailored they are to the person who's receiving them, right? You know, there's actually thought put into it. And like you said, it's not just like a random a box of crap. It's tailored to that person's, you know, like needs or wants or whatever, or what they like. And you get it. And you're like, shit, I've been looking at this book for years. I've been looking for this. And I know when John got the What If 105, you know, the first Mayday Parker and stuff like that, and he's like, son of a bitch, like, I've been looking for this forever. And, you know, and it's like, I get it in a damn, you know, TJ AOK and stuff like that. And TJ's like, yeah, don't touch it. Submit it to TGC. That's just going to be a 9.8. And, you know, sure enough, it was. So, but, you know, and it's one of those things where, you know, you can see the people that are actually watching your videos are actually listening to what you're collecting and stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy to actually think that somebody actually gives a shit about what I'm talking about, you know?
That people actually care at all.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy.
I can see that. I could see how they might get. I don't know. That'd be tough for some. I don't know. Someone using an AOK, like if I wanted to get more subscribers or something, would I send Reggie a box full of like super nice stuff in the expectation of getting
called out or getting a shout out or something? Yeah,
or getting a whole live video from Reggie or something like that, like specifically about you.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know if I've ever witnessed that, but that I could definitely see how that could be taken advantage of.
I mean, I can see somebody trying to do that, but like honestly, like I feel like this community it's not what like most people do. And because Reggie gets a shit ton of like, you know, stuff in the mail, and most of the time people are like, hey, there's one book in it for you, and everything else, give it back out to the community. Because I feel like a lot of times people will reach out to Reggie or reach out to like Comic Tom or something like that, and they're like, hey, you know, I have I'm not even a channel, right? Like I have a YouTube name, but I don't put out content or anything like that, but I want to give back to the community. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to reach out to these larger channels that reach out to so many people. And if I give it to them, then they can spread the love and stuff like that. And most of the time they're like, don't even say my name. Just, it's anonymous, right? Just, I gave it to you so you can give out to the community. And that's most of the time, that's what it is. You know, I see that all the time. There's like, hey, don't say my name. Just give it back to the community and stuff like that, because these larger channels obviously reach out to more people. So I don't really see anybody trying to like get that notoriety, you know, from it. I can see it happening, you know, if somebody really wanted to, but
sure someone's already tried using that as a,
yeah, but I don't, for some reason, I don't really see this community doing that, right? I mean,
I think not within like the people that we know. Like I feel like
exactly. Exactly. I mean, I don't know
that kind of person.
Yeah, I don't know everybody and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, I only have what 300 something subscribers, so I don't know too many people. But you know, in my circle, you know, I don't see that happening. But I mean, it could, right? I mean, it could.
Yeah, if TJ wanted to be doing stuff like that, he would not be sending AOKs to me or you. His AOKs would have gone to some pretty big wigs.
Yeah, exactly.
A mint or something.
Yeah, he's pushing. Did I just see like he's pushing 100K, right?
That's madness. The last time I watched the Gem Mint video, he was at like 10,000.
Yeah, he's pushing like 10. He just did a 95K giveaway.
Wow.
Yep. He's at 95. Comic Tom is what, pushing 30, and then Reggie just hit 10.
What's Bueller at? I haven't watched it. I haven't.
Is Bueller at 10 too? I think I want to say he's at 10, or he's pushing 10.
Comics with Bueller. I haven't watched a Comics with Bueller video in forever. 15. You just hit 15.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
Wow. I've learned that I want to hit 1,000 now, because I got this little fancy thing with the little light thing, and I was gonna just, because my oldest daughter wants to make like YouTube videos or something singing, so I'm like, perfect. I already have like all the equipment. Yeah. I have. You'll be fine. But I was playing with like the phone thing, and I did like a test video with my Samsung Galaxy S10, and the video quality was so good. And I'm like, oh damn, why am I not going live with my phone? What am I doing? Or just videotaping. And so I tried that tonight. I was gonna like test it, and you can only go live on a mobile phone now if you have 1,000 subscribers.
1,000. Yep.
So
yeah, they changed that.
Yeah, that's stupid. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but
yeah,
they probably don't want people with like no subscribers to get on a mobile phone and
kill
themselves or something. That'd be pretty.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was pretty. I took that to
TJ is definitely not doing that with his channel. So TJ just sends stuff because he wants to, right? Whether if you're on TJ's radar, it's gonna happen, right? I mean, there's no stopping that. It's gonna happen. So,
oh, TJ. Anyway, man. So we're hitting 50 minutes. It is 10 o'clock for me. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it. So cheers. I'm out of ice, so this just it hurts. Oh. But again, Carlos.
Yes.
This is the coolest thing ever. I really want to throw it at somebody. Is it gonna if I like move this across the room to like just throw this?
Nice. I really want to throw this at somebody.
Like I just want TJ, get off my balcony.
Nice.
But yeah, man, this is probably one of the most creative and cool things I've ever gotten. So thank you so much for this.
Awesome, man. Glad you like it, man.
Polish it. Get all these dirty fingerprints off that I got. But I appreciate you hanging out and having some drinks with me.
Yeah, definitely, man.
That was really loud.
Always a blast, man.
But yeah, so what do you have? Do you have anything coming up? You doing anything?
As far as I know, I don't. I mean, yeah, man, I probably have like an unboxing coming up soon. Like I said, I have an AOK from Tacoma Comics, and I got some other books that I got to do an unboxing. I still have not done like my top 50 covers video. Again, I am very I procrastinate on a lot of things, so it's whenever it happens. But yeah, hopefully I'll be getting those out soon. And like I said, the AOK and the unboxing will probably be live. I'll just jump on whenever I get a chance. And but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for me. I mean, other than maybe jumping on a couple other channels or something like that, I've been doing a few things with some other people, stuff like JP's budget collecting and stuff. So it's been pretty cool reviewing some books and stuff. But other than that, that's about it, man.
Yeah. Well, I will hopefully probably not watch any of those videos, but I'll do my best. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, again, it's one of those things where I tell people all the time, man. I don't think I've ever asked for anybody to subscribe to my channel unless I did like a contest, because I felt it was only right. I mean, if you're gonna win something on my channel, you'd be subscribed to me. But other than that, like any other of my videos, I've never asked anybody to subscribe, never asked anybody to like. If you don't like the video, whatever. I mean, you watch it, you don't watch it, and it's up to you, right? It's your time, and time is tough to scrounge together, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, or whatever. So even if you take 2 minutes, 30 seconds of your day to watch a video, you're like, all right, I'm done with this video. I don't want to hear this guy talk anymore. Hey, that cool, whatever. I'm okay with that, right? So I appreciate anybody who stops by for any length of time to hear me ramble about comics and just nonsense. So yeah, I appreciate it.
TJ just said I need to get to know my new siblings, which I don't know why that weirded me out so much, but yeah. But I mean, I suppose in the comic community, we're all definitely brothers and sisters, but I don't know, siblings just weirds me out. I don't even like my actual sister.
He said that weirds me out.
Like, better just be friends. But hey, everybody who joined in, thank you guys so much. Splash Page, Jeff Comics, Jojo, Glitter. I saw John earlier. Alec, thank you guys. I know
appreciate it.
We didn't talk about comics much. We kind of talked about comics. Somehow it always ends up talking about the comic community and how great it is. And it happens in every show, every single show, no matter who is on, they somehow manage to fall back to that. So but thank you guys so much for watching. I don't have anything coming up. TJ wants me to my shirt tag is not out. TJ, get off my balcony. But I started filming a Harry Potter book video. I have quite a bit of footage. I sent it to TJ, but I think I'm going to try to refilm it now. I have a lot of book stuff coming up. Maybe I should do that.
Nice.
I know, like, Brandon Sanderson has a new book coming out. Ready Player 2 is coming out next month. So
okay.
Hopefully the end of 2020 is better than any of the rest of it.
Seriously. Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you guys so much. Hopefully I have more content coming out. I'm going to put Carlos's information in the description below. So don't forget to follow him. He's got a lot of great content that I haven't seen for the last 6 months. So it may be better or worse. I don't.
It could have gone downhill. It could have gone downhill. It could have got worse.
Production value could have dropped.
It could have dropped drastically.
But Tacoma Comics and Take the Time Collectibles. Good to see you guys. It's been a while. We just talked about Tacoma Comics.
Yes.
Going to be featured in Carlos's upcoming video.
Yes. That's another great member of the community right there.
Yeah. Tacoma's always been great. So I'm not going to stall. We're just going to end the broadcast. I'm just going to go over here and click it. I love you guys. Bye.